But the last time we talked, a lot of things have happened.
Yeah.
Should we start with Diddy?
Let's start with Diddy.
Yeah, let's start with Diddy. So
4 years.
What do you? Okay, so
that's terrible.
Do you think justice was served on that?
No.
Okay, well,
no.
Damn, unanimous. How much time should have Diddy gotten?
He should have been out by now, because you know what they said? We looked it up. Someone said they looked at, as far as the Mann Act goes, there's been 800 trials about the Mann Act. They said none of those people have received more than a year and a half, more than 15 months.
Okay.
So for him to be on, well, I think he's almost coming up to a year, he should be let out of prison at this point. If we're basing it on the Mann Act.
Yeah, which he didn't get convicted for.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he got convicted for the Mann Act, right?
No, that's the White Slave Act. So, the Mann Act was created for Jack Johnson, the boxer.
Yeah.
For sleeping with white women.
Okay, yes,
right?
And traveling with them.
Right. So they created that in, retaliation of him beating up all these white boys, sleeping with white women back in the day. They're like, okay, we can't have this. So we got to create the White Slave Act, right?
Okay.
So being that he didn't get the serious charges, he got prostitution.
Right.
But he didn't get the trafficking part. That's the thing. So if he got that, then yeah, he would have got some serious time. Because out of the 5 or 6 charges, I forgot how much, he only got 2, I believe.
I think they 2, but I thought they were calling it the Mann Act. They're not calling it the Mann Act. What are they calling it?
It was, I believe it was prostitution, and it was something else, something of the effect of something similar to that.
Okay.
But it wasn't trafficking, though. He didn't get no trafficking charges.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why is he catching all this flack?
I think it's the media doing their job. They want the clicks. Because all the stuff, if you realize all the stuff they talked about, it had nothing to do with the law. He had sperm on the nipples and all this other. It's okay, where's the crime though, right?
Right.
In which, yeah, he did a lot of nefarious shit. Let's square that out. He is a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. But they allowed him, and here's what the thing that people don't understand. They allowed him to move around for so long doing all this stuff in Hollywood for so long, right? So he bit the hand that fed him. Now all these charges came, right? Because you got to look at the timeline. So if you look at from when he sued Diageo in 2023,
right?
That case gets thrown out about September-ish, almost at the top of the 2024. Then he gets, the whole Cassie thing happened, right? Then if you look at the timeline from when he sued, the case settled, and then a few months later, they raided his house.
Right.
In March. And then later that year, he gets locked up. So it's pretty interesting that all this stuff, because they know, for years, people knew what Diddy was doing. Mm-hmm. Right? So, let's be clear. There's stories upon stories for years, especially being from LA. I've heard many stories. This shit ain't new.
Right.
Right? But I think it's more than just, oh, hey, he had prostitution and this and that. He pissed somebody off. It was a business move. And yeah, he was, beating up Cassie and God knows what else. Mm-hmm. Prostitution. Okay. Yeah. They got him on that. But then there was stories made up saying that, he had children. That was never verified.
Right.
So it's a sliding scale. So I think, yeah, he was doing some nefarious shit. He was doing a lot of bad shit, but it was just layered. It was just they kept dogpiling. It's wait, what is this really about?
So you think the 4 years and the punishment that he got is for crimes that they're not going to expose because the powers that may be are kind of involved with them, but they're still want to, public shame him,
right,
and then put him 4 years because he did something behind the scenes with the powers that be.
Yeah.
But obviously they cannot punish him on that without exposing themselves.
What are the chances that they raid his house and he's not there, but his sons are there? And then all the tapes that they had, and in court, they said there's other celebrities that were on those freak-off tapes. Who are the celebrities?
Do you think there was a freak-off?
Yes, for sure. Because there's other celebrities involved. It's not, he's a small cog in the wheel. When it comes to him...
So why not expose that? They didn't...
They exposed themselves. That's the thing. That's the whole point. Like, they didn't go in there to go find shit. They wanted to go there to go confiscate some shit.
I believe that.
The feds went in there to go get those tapes, and whoever called the shots, hey, I'm on those tapes too. Go get that fucking tape right now. Because he has X, Y, and Z. He has me doing this and this and that. There's way worse shit than what we can even fathom.
You think they have all the tapes?
Yes, I do.
And that's why he's being punished. Because they have all the tapes.
They got the tapes.
He has no leverage.
Yeah. So he's in jail now.
You think it all jumps back to what he, as far as the company that he was dealing with, with the alcohol, that's all because of that?
I think they knew what he was doing. So they use that as leverage to lock him up, to show him like, hey, you know, who has the real power.
But he dropped the case.
He did, but here's the thing. They know. So doesn't mean he can't come back. He can come another way. Like Diddy, you know, he has some underworld ties. So I'll get you before you get me.
Isn't he now planning to sue the federal government?
Well, I think he is suing them for $100 million, right?
That's not going to have any legs. I don't think so.
Is he in danger?
That's the thing. Like, he knows a lot of stuff. So he could be, because we saw what happened to Epstein, right? Even though Epstein's not dead.
He's not dead?
He's not dead.
We're going to have to, yeah.
We're going to have to unpack that for another day. That's a whole nother episode by itself.
I saw that the island was for sale too.
Yeah, one of a billionaire is turning it into a resort.
Yeah, I think that someone already bought it.
You know what's funny too? Like, if you look at all these like crime scenes, either they're buddies or a friend of a friend always buys it. So if you look at Obama's summer house in Martha's Vineyard, right? So he didn't own it, but he was leasing it every summer for like $50,000 a month. Now, remember his chef. Chef dies, right?
Right.
Okay. And there's conflicting stories saying Obama was there, then he wasn't there. Then the Secret Service has footage. Now they don't have footage. And then there's 911 calls and transcripts missing and all this weird shit, right? So guess who buys it now? A trust tied to Les Wexner, who is none other than the mentor of Epstein himself. So Lex Wexner owns L Brands, right? Mm-hmm. He owns Victoria's Secret. He owns Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah, I know what they went through. That's
Mike
crazy.
Jeffries, who got indicted for sex trafficking and all that stuff. He's the one that actually found him and said, hey, you're the CEO. Took it from, you know, a $50 million company to a multi-billion-dollar company. Mm-hmm. What's the real business? How'd you do that? And then speaking of Les, actually, it's funny because there's rumors of him and Epstein being lovers. Because why else would you leave your whole estate to Jeffrey Epstein? And they were
that was weird.
They're real close. We're talking billions of dollars, and you give it all to him. He was his money manager. He did all his finances, everything.
Did he have kids or family or anything else? Any kind of lineage?
You know what? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I mean, if he does, I mean, wouldn't he leave it to them?
Yeah, that's what I was curious about.
So, but yeah, these people, you know, they cover up, hey, we're going to turn Epstein Island into a resort. The fuck is that about?
So that it's not getting switched to different people, nicer people. Is getting moved to the same people.
They're buddies. Hey, go buy this because, you know, there's still some shit there. Let me go ahead and, you know, do X, Y, and Z cover-ups. Lex Wexner buys Obama's house where his chef dies. Nobody finds this suspicious at all.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying. Oh, he has 4 kids. There you go. He has 4 kids and you don't leave your estate to your kids?
Damn.
Just saying.
Probably be crazy to interview those kids.
Yeah. What do
Their
they
thoughts
think?
And how they feel about that.
Yeah. Like, what is that about? Like, so we don't get any of the money or the estates, nothing?
Right.
Leave it to Jeffrey Epstein? That's weird.